from my drop off, and the darn piece of equipment that I'm supposed to deliver here is starting to come off. The darn, well, I'll show you. I knew we should put this block in sideways, and it's starting to come off. So this thing's like 400 pounds, and I got to figure out how to pick it up and move it on my own. All right. Let's see how this goes. That was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Hold for the next 70 miles since it's already held for like 1,500. Can't believe it waits until I'm almost to the darn drop before it starts to come off. Unbelievable. Perks of the job. Oh well, easy fix. You saw us loading this up. This one's pretty ugly. I'm not very happy with it, to be honest with you. These guys right here are extremely heavy, and there's really only room for 2 straps on there. Ideally, with the weight of these, I would really like to see at least 3 straps, if not 4, and they're not bolted to a pallet or anything. All these wires were just left kind of hanging. I strapped them down with bungees there just to try and keep them from moving around. Fortunately, they've only got to go like 350 miles, but still, I did not particularly like them. There's a lot of stuff that was just left loose, hanging, flopping around. I pulled a whole bunch of just like random tools and stuff, even that were still laying on top of these tables and such. I threw those in a bucket, so they're not going to fly out. This light was completely off on that. It was just flopping there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'll be fine." I was like, "It's not going to be fine." So I grabbed it and He's like, oh yeah, just throw it in the bed of the truck. So these are taped together. Just, I don't love it, but it is what it is. We've already come 50 miles from the shipper, so hopefully it's going to be okay. I strapped up these deals here, the hoses and such, and the cables. So far, looking so good. This has just raw oil in it, which was just going to flop out. There was no cover on it, like this cover was just sitting there ready to fall off. So I don't know. These guys are my main concern. Hopefully they're okay. That table I had to be extremely careful of because it's really not strong. So this center one is the one that's holding the whole thing down. Not one of the nicest loads. That's still the load going to Tennessee, so we're still waiting on that one. After I drop this off, I'm going to see my friend in the hospital, and then gonna head from there in North Georgia up to Tennessee and drop that thing off. And then from there, we'll see where the heck we go next. All right, guys, today we're gonna make something delicious for dinner. You guys are gonna love this. Crispies. Delicious. Yeah, those things. Peppers and cheese. Of course, cheese, always cheese. Chick-fil-A sauce. Let's see. Some bacon. And of course, you're going to need some butter, which is in here somewhere. There's the one that I've already opened. Alright, so first we add a little butter. I always cook in butter simply because I think it's a little bit healthier than oil. And then you're going to want to add in your potatoes. Oh yeah, listen to that. And then when it's about half cooked, I like to take and add in, my peppers and my onions. Oh yeah, that is getting delicious. Alright, here's where we want to add in some cheese. Get it nice and tasty. Alright, now is where we make the bacon. In the little mini. Just like that, we have a delicious vegetarian hash. I really don't want to do today. I'm not awake. Here's all this fun stuff we're checking out. So far, seems to be good and tight. Nothing looks like it's falling off. It's starting to shred up a little bit. Yeah. These are a little bit loose. Put a little more tension into them. That's good. Now, yeah, I guess it's alright. Nobody going anywhere here. Alright. Gotta get that fuel. that one sucked, but it actually turned out to be not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be, so that's good. Stay tuned for the next one. What's up, YouTube? It is midnight. We are headed out of here. Got to sneak into Tennessee. I do not like Tennessee. They are always very predatory on hot shots, so I'm going to go in under the cover of darkness and just try and get past all the scales and stuff before they open up. Went and saw my buddy in the hospital today. That was, boy, that was rough. Poor guy. He was in a horrible car wreck through no fault of his own. Just struggling. So keep him in your prayers. I know he's doing a lot better, which is great. We're going to head out, go make some money. The other reason we're running at night is because I got to go through Atlanta, and if anybody's been through Atlanta, you know what a cluster it is, even late at night. And it's a Sunday night, so I'm hoping, being that the weekend's over, hopefully they're pretty much going to be in bed. We'll be there going probably about 2 o'clock in the morning. So hopefully there's not too many drunks. Hopefully there's not too many crazies, and we can just bomb through and then straight up into Tennessee. All right, well, we drove all night and pulled into this little truck stop here. Took a little bit of a nap, the boys and me, and now we're just 20 minutes away from the drop, which I told them I'd be there at 9, so we're gonna head up there, drop this junk off, and then I'm gonna go get some sleep because I'm beat. I'm so tired. So I'll show you this, and then I'm gonna get some sleep. Well, that one went nice and smooth. I wasn't too worried about it. I mean, it's just a little tiny pallet, but we were a little bit late. I had told him I'd be there Friday, and then wound up just behind the 8 ball with everything else that went on, but wasn't too bad. The guy didn't care. He's like, yeah, cool, got it here, and so dropped that off. That was it was just a little. I guess it picks up 2 of the big round hay bales at once, and so he had some very cool cattle there. They're the Longhorns, like. So I should have gotten some footage of them. Unfortunately, I did not. But yeah, we were off to go and have a little bit of a nap. I'm totally wrecked, and looking for some food. I'm hungry. I ain't had any food in a while. Anyways. Just got a call for a load about 100 miles north of us here. We are going to go pick that up, and unfortunately I guess it goes to California, which I really didn't want to go to California. I hate being in California. I hate everything about the state. They're very predatory. Their DOT sucks. The speed limit 55 miles an hour. I mean, really? Everybody else is doing 90 and you pulled me over. I got pulled over there. I was doing 1 mile an hour over. So I was doing 56. The guy gave me a $500 ticket. So yeah, there's California for you. Oh well, Tennessee's got its own problems. All these places just have their own darn problems, I swear. But yeah, California is one of the worst in my professional opinion. Anyways, here we go. Come along, let's go pick up something else. Well, as it works out, that load got canceled. So at least we're not going to California. I mean, I guess that makes me happy. We'll see what the next one brings. But now here I am. I've driven 30 miles and go find a place to park. So I'm sitting here and I'm looking out, and this reminds me of a stop that I made in Fresno on Highway 99. There's a Flying J or Pilot, and I was sitting there this night, and it was late evening, I guess, definitely around dinner time, and there's this homeless dude who's clearly very drugged up. Like he's very drugged up. So, anyways, he's back over here, and I'm watching him in the mirror, and I'm like, he just caught my eye because he was very, very, very drugged. So, anyways, something happened. I'm sitting there watching him, and he comes tearing up, and I mean, he goes running, like in his very drunken, drugged up state. He goes running up, and he crashes into the front quarter panel of my truck, and the fuel islands are up here, and he goes running towards the fuel islands, and this dude dives head first, just pow, right into a garbage can, and he just starts going, and he's just mowing down this old food. Like, I don't know if somebody threw a burger in there and I didn't notice it or what, but he's just like full hands, just glomming it in, like paper, crap, didn't matter. He was just shoving it all in, just it was hilarious. Sad, but hilarious. I have given money to really. I have given money to those guys before, and they immediately go inside and they buy alcohol with it. It's not like they're trying to better their lives. And I've been homeless before. I have lived on the streets before, so I know what it's like. But during the time that I was homeless, I had a job, and I still went to work every day. And I mean, I bettered my life. I found a better job. Now I'm doing this. I'm no longer living on the streets. And I learned a ton doing that. Ultimately, what these people need is Jesus, and it's very hard to reach them because they've most likely been abused. I don't know that they have the best cognitive ability. Maybe they are in need of mental help. I mean, I think a lot of them are in need of mental help. So it's just an unfortunate thing, and our country's definitely let them down. We don't have the mental health facilities anymore that we used to have. It's really unfortunate. Morning, everybody. Time to have some grilled cheese for breakfast. I get this excellent European style rosemary salt butter. It is delicious. Smells delicious. Darn tires, man. All you had to do, you had one job, and that was to be round and be inflated. But, you couldn't be bothered to do that. again. Three guesses as to which tire they patched. Naturally it's that one, and naturally it's leaking where they patched it. Good help is hard to find. Well, we made it through St. Louis, Missouri, so that's good. Now we're just northwest of it on I-70. This is my favorite truck stop on I-70, I think. Beautiful little walking path. Take the boys out. There's a huge field out here. Now, last year, I was out here and I had to stay for a couple of days while they were looking for loads for me. And right over there, I'm gonna zoom in. I captured something on my night vision camera, and it was very tall, standing upright on two legs. I don't know what the heck it was, but these guys were going nuts wanting to go after it, and I didn't feel like it. So needless to say, all I have is a really short video, which I will try and find, and I'll put it in. Well, I just realized that that clip from my night vision camera is likely still in the night vision camera, and I don't have that with me this trip, so you will have to stay tuned, and I will put it in at a different date. loaded up, and then hopped over to Walmart, got some food, because we're going to be going through Nebraska and Wyoming. And Nebraska, I know there's some places to stop where I can get some good food. I know that there's a truck accessible Papa John's, so I can get some pizza there. And they have really good pizza, and it's a good price. So I always stop there. We'll be stopping there on the way across, and then as far as Wyoming goes, yeah, there's just nothing. So it's all truck stop, gas station food, and so we'll be eating out of the truck for the next couple days, besides some Papa John's. But then we're headed over to, I think I already said, we're headed to Salt Lake City. So Salt Lake City's great. Hopefully I can make it there by Sunday. We can have a little bit of a rest there and get some good food in Salt Lake. Then we got to go down to Hurricane, Utah, and then we got to go down to Phoenix, Arizona. From there, I don't know. So let's go. Let's have some fun. I'm excited. Guess what, boys? There's a taco truck over there. Yeah, I want tacos. It's time for tacos. Mammy, let's go order a taco. Jesse, let's order a taco. Ready for tacos? All right, here we go. Yeah, baby. Alright. There's for my boys. Gosh. You don't want to get up. Yeah. Ayo. Good morning. Well, I guess you know what they say. It's the start of another big day. Well, that's it for this episode. It's getting kind of long. Next time on the TruckinBeagle. Holy mackerel. I'm definitely in a mood today. Tell you what, it's just getting old.